Hello, history lovers. This week we are taking you to Petra, a fascinating city buried deep in history and sand. In the middle of a harsh desert called Wadi Rum, which resembles the surface of Mars in its structure, this ancient city, which stands in its own way and with all its mystery, is also one of the 7 wonders of the world. This ancient city in Jordan fascinates everyone not only with its splendor, but also with its mysterious history. And you only need to see a photo of Petra even once to fall under its spell. So what is the story of Petra, famous for all its mysteries and structures carved into sandstone and granite rocks? Who built this mysterious city and how did it become so important? And what is its importance for the Islamic world? Let's look for the answers to these questions together. If you are ready, here we go. The story of Petra, which lies between the Dead Sea and the Gulf of Aqaba in Jordan, dates back to the 4th century BC. This was also the time when the Nabataeans, a nomadic tribe living in the northwest of the Arabian Peninsula, emerged on the stage of history. In time, the Nabataeans took control of the trade routes and made Petra their capital. The great wealth they acquired through trade led to the foundation and development of the city of Petra. But before all this, the name of the Nabataeans is mentioned for the first time in 312 BC. After the death of Alexander the Great, one of the greatest conquerors of antiquity, they challenged his commander Antigonus, who was trying to unify the empire. Petra attracts the attention of the Greek general at this time and extends a hand of friendship to the Nabataeans. But the calculation behind it is very different. While sending envoys in peace, he also assigns his son Demetrius to organize a surprise attack on Petra. However, the Nabataeans prove that they are no pushovers and defeat Demetrius. In the years following this event, Petra became the capital of the Nabataeans. Thanks to its strategic location on the trade routes, it rapidly prospered and became an important stop on the caravan routes that traded between the Mediterranean and the Indian Ocean. Of course, trade was not the only reason for Petra's prosperity, as it hosted caravans carrying luxury goods such as incense, spices, silk, and precious stones. Petra was an oasis in the middle of the Rum Valley of red stone and sand. The Nabataeans were masters of water management. Managing and storing water in the middle of the desert was the most important key to Petra's survival. While many Arab tribes had to barter their produce for access to water, the Nabataeans built cisterns filled with groundwater and rainwater, buried them under the desert sands and concealed them. They also built dams to hold water and deliver it to their cities. With a sophisticated plumbing system of canals, pipes, and cisterns, the people of Petra had easy access to water. Nabataean women had equal rights with men. A king's wife or daughter could be a co-ruler, or even rule as a queen in her own right. All the rights that men enjoyed were equally granted to women. Petra was not only the center of trade, but also of Nabataean cultural and religious life. The city's rock-cut structures represent the pinnacle of Nabataean art and engineering. They show that Petra was not only a center of trade, but also a cultural and religious center. And these structures point to another very important fact, that the world's most talented stonemasons lived here. At the very entrance of Petra, on the narrow road squeezed by 2 mountains, I think that anyone who drives on the narrow road cannot easily forget the view they see. Because the most famous building that comes to people's minds when they think of Petra today, El-Khazneh, the treasury, stands before them in all its glory. This is such a fascinating structure that it was carved into the monolithic rock, inch by inch, inch by inch. Although it is now called the treasury, there is no evidence, at least not today, that it was built to hide a hidden treasure. Rather, the widespread belief is that the Bedouins named it because they believed there was a treasure here. This is actually a tomb with incredible aesthetic details. It is believed to have been built for Aretas IV, one of the most famous kings of the Nabataeans. The biggest secret of this 2-story structure is that it is a marvel of engineering. All structures are built from the foundation upwards, but El-Khazneh was built from top to bottom and a burial chamber was placed at the bottom. The 40-meter-high structure is also remarkable for its incredibly detailed carved stonework, which is a tribute to stonemasons. And it is a shocking work of human perseverance. El-Khazneh, which carries the influences of Greek and Roman architecture, is today the most important symbol of Petra's rich cultural heritage. Nowadays, millions of tourists from all over the world visit Petra every year and explore not only Petra, but also the whole of Wadi Rum on day-long tours, and of course they don't stop at seeing El-Khazneh. There are many places worth seeing in Petra. Ad Deir, another iconic structure of the ancient city of Petra, is carved into the mountain with a height of about 50 meters. The name Ad Deir, given by the local Bedouins, means monastery, and according to the findings so far, it is thought to have been used for religious purposes. The monastery, which can be reached by a 1-hour climb from the entrance of the ancient city, is Petra's most famous location after the treasury. The Roman theater in the ancient city is another important part of Petra's cultural life. With a capacity of approximately 7,000 people, this theater bears the traces of the Roman period. The remains of many religious buildings in the region also give us information about the pre-Islamic beliefs of the inhabitants of the region. The Arabs and the Nabataeans in Petra, who had various pagan beliefs, built various shrines dedicated to the gods they believed in. One of these is the Temple of the Winged Lions at the end of the colonnaded street, the main entrance to Petra. The temple was built in the name of the chief goddess Al-Uzza, the wife of Dushara, the chief god of the Nabataeans. The building to the south of the colonnaded avenue, called the Great Temple, was probably built as a center for civil bureaucratic affairs, according to ongoing archaeological research. There is also a tomb in Petra, which is said to belong to Aaron, the brother of Moses. In this respect, it is also important for Jews. But to see this tomb, one has to climb Mount Aaron, the highest point of Petra, which takes about a full day for visitors to the city. Qasr al-Bint is the main temple of Petra. It is estimated to have been built around 30 BC and is dedicated to Dushara, the greatest god of the Nabataeans. What makes this structure unique is that its 23-meter-high walls and stone staircases remain intact. These structures were part of the rich cultural and religious life of the Nabataeans and showcase Petra's unique architecture and high art. Let's talk about the fall of Petra. Petra gradually lost its importance with the expansion of the Roman Empire. In 106 AD, Roman Emperor Trajan annexed Petra to Roman territory. Under Roman rule, changes in trade routes and natural disasters caused Petra to be gradually abandoned. After the fall of the Roman Empire, Petra came under the control of the Byzantines and became an important center for Christianity, and many churches and monasteries were built in the city. In the 7th century, with the spread of Islam, it became part of the Islamic geography. It was earthquakes, not people, that destroyed Petra, which has been through so many civilizations and maintained its importance in some way in each of them. Over time, Petra was abandoned and completely forgotten due to high-intensity earthquakes. Even the Mamluks and Ottomans, who dominated it for the rest of history, did not care about it, and it became a place known only to the local Bedouin tribes. In 1812, the Swiss traveler Johann Ludwig Burckhardt must have also seen Petra and could not believe his eyes. Burckhardt, who was very familiar with Arab culture, came to the region dressed in Arab clothes and speaking Arabic, and learned about Petra from the few Bedouins living in Wadi Rum. Desperate to see the place, Burckhardt won the trust of the Bedouins by introducing himself as a Muslim born in India who had studied the Quran and was taken to Petra. Burckhardt's discovery made the Western world aware of this unique ancient city. Burckhardt's rediscovery of Petra aroused great interest in the Western world, and Petra began to be further explored by archaeologists and historians. These excavations also contributed to Petra being recognized as a World Heritage Site. Petra is not only a tourist attraction, but also an important part of human history. So what does Petra mean for the Islamic world? Canadian researcher and author Dan Gibson, based on his many years of research, has put forward the thesis that Petra could be the first Kaaba of the Muslims. Gibson stated that the Qibla walls of the first mosques built after the emergence of Islam were oriented towards Petra, and in 2016 he made a documentary on his thesis. However, some reactions from various parts of the Islamic world argue that Petra never replaced the Kaaba. I think this debate is a rabbit hole. The more it is debated, the more questions arise. In any case, today Petra remains a center of attraction for people from all over the world, whatever their religion. Petra and Wadi Musa are famous not only for their historical and archaeological significance, but also for their unique landscapes, which have attracted the attention of the movie world. Many famous movies have been filmed in these fascinating locations. One of the most iconic is the 1989 movie Indiana Jones, The Last Adventure, from 1989. In the movie, the El-Khazneh structure was used as the hiding place of the Holy Grail, and these scenes contributed greatly to the worldwide recognition of Petra. In addition, the 1977 film Sinbad and the Eye of the Tiger, the 2001 film The Mummy Returns, the 2009 film Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen, 2015's Queen of the Desert, and 2019's Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker were filmed in stunning locations in Wadi Rum and the ancient city of Petra. Also in the 2015 movie, The Martian, the scenes showing the surface of Mars are actually nothing but the unique red lands of Wadi Rum. Petra and Wadi Musa are not only open-air museums that bear the traces of history, they are also indispensable filming locations for the movie industry. After all, Petra is a unique city that holds the secrets of the past and the hopes of the future. Thank you very much for watching this video in which we explore the secrets of the fascinating city of Petra. We hope you have learned something new and interesting about this ancient city. If you liked our video, please don't forget to click the like button and share your comments below. Your feedback and suggestions are very valuable to us. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so that you can be instantly notified of our next videos. Stay tuned for more history content. See you in the next video. Goodbye.